going to find your way into the way that they think, the way that they feel, and the way they behave.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm like, I'm going to try to stop you dead in your tracks.
Yeah.
By any means, but I'm not, on the same token, I'm not going to lose sleep over it.
Okay.
So that's sometimes my approach. I'm not going to sit here and say, I'm fucking battling everybody that I come across that I see that with. No, that's not the case. Okay.
I mean, let me give you a story too. This makes me like my brain work. I was telling you I posted up a meme about me and 3 dragons. Mm-hmm. Me being in fitness, being serious, me in fitness, and that's serious. Me in business, being like hating my real life personality because it's like really silly. I bring that up to say, oh damn, I kind of just went blank on that one.
I got you, man.
Damn.
I was about to say we can come back, man.
What did you just say? It was on
me. I was talking about like addressing people.
Okay, pressure. All right. So the business part of me. Whenever I do like a business consultation, like I've been helping a lot of people just finding their voice, and I think right now I'm calling it branding.
I got you.
All I do is pressure people. Okay. So it's kind of like imagine you as a fighting coach or like mixed martial arts coach. All you do is keep applying pressure to see what they do when they're actually tired and fatigued, because that's their true self. And to earlier what you said, it reminded me of another quote, like to be cheesy and shit. It's like how you do one thing is how you do everything.
It's very true. 100%.
Exactly. So whenever I talk to somebody with these big aspirations about they want to start this like fitness company or they want to start this multimedia company, I was like, okay, really? All right. Now I want you to talk to that guy right there. He is in your demographic of people of what you know what to do. Let's see if you have the balls just to even talk to that person to see if you want to help them seriously, or rather you just want to help yourself with your own financial goals. Mm-hmm. And more than often than not, they fall off. But I will not stop helping them, because over time I'll see them, because of that just talk or that confrontation, whether it's positive or negative, how they view it. Mm-hmm. It's just another experience for them to grow as a better person.
It is. Mm-hmm. And my father taught me one of the most valuable lessons that I still preach to this day. Yeah. That what you just said, as far as how you do one thing is how you do everything. Yep. And I remember getting my first job. Mm-hmm. And when the age came, it was like 15. I think you can get your first job or whatever the fuck it was.
13. Well, workers permit.
Okay,
I did it. I don't know. Baskin Robbins.
But
I'm pretty sure I got paid under the table. Sorry, whoever my manager was.
With that said, as soon as I can get a job, I did. So I remember him telling me, he was like, look, man, whatever it is that you do, make sure that you arrive on time. Yeah. And that you do your job. Like whatever it is that you do, make sure you do it.
Do it to the best of your ability.
Exactly. And of course, that you treat everybody with the same respect. And that has stuck with me tenfold. Only because, like, when I've had coworkers of mine come to me and say, hey, man, I mean, like, or just complain about the job. Yeah. Period. Right. Like, man, this shit is so boring, or it's just, this shit is stupid. Like, I don't want to work here no more. Like, I'm actively seeking something else, so on and so forth. I'm like, even with people that have their dream jobs, they go through their obstacles. They have their trials and tribulations. For sure. Everything is not going to always be what you think it'll be.
Peachy.
And straight up. Yeah. With that said, I think what they most importantly fail to realize is, again, the gratitude aspect, man. Yeah. Of having that opportunity. But it's like, wherever you go, with that mentality that you have, that sickness, it's going to carry with you. Right. So go to another job. Yeah, they may offer you more money. Yeah. It may be cool in the beginning. 2-3 years from now, speak to me again. Yeah. See if you're not talking the same shit that you just talked to me now. Right. So I think that the mind frame is very, very important. I'm not going to say that's the only important factor, because it's not. There are many more things that go behind that involve fitness, health, nutrition, just the nutrition aspect in general, how much time you devote to social media, how much time you're behind a screen, how much time you're being exposed to blue light and versus being in the sunlight.
Yeah.
There's just so many different variables that you got to take into account. My son is like wrestling with himself upstairs. So with that said,
yeah,
it's just like all those different variables being all those different variables being taken into account to ultimately shape how you think.
Yeah.
Many don't think. It's just like, oh, let me just change my mind frame.
Right.
Like, it's not that simple, dog.
Yeah.
If it was that simple, everybody would fucking do it.
I mean, to piggyback on what you're saying, it's like, to me, mind frame, mindset, the way that you think is your foundation. And it's like, I always try to bring up the house, like, analogy. Like, you will have a shitty house regardless if you don't have a proper foundation. If you just put, like, wood on top of the soil, your house will fall down. Mm-hmm. And it's the same thing with business, same thing as a person and a personality to me. If you don't have a solid foundation of like a solid morals, mm-hmm. clarity of morals, then at that point you're just bound to break down. And I want to get into more like personal growth. And I think also what I'm finding out, and I think you may know this too, or you probably resonate this probably the most, is the guys who I've talked to mm-hmm. and consulted with, they don't have the best father figure role models in their lives. And I think what I've learned and what I've said out loud now, it's like, I don't mind, even though I do not have kids, I will be as best of a father figure that I can to anybody that I do meet in real life.
Yeah. It's funny that you bring that up, only because I didn't do this purposely. I did it because it was something that was on my heart. It was on my mind. But I pretty much broke down each of my boys in that aspect when it comes to fathers. Okay. Each of us is crazy. Some of us don't have them. Some of us do. Right. But weren't there morally, mentally to support us. Yeah. So they were physically there, but we didn't have that support mentally. Right. So, and just so many different other things. And it's funny because out of my group that I was with at that time, I think it was like 5 of us. Okay. Each of them broke down. Each of them. Yeah. And I don't want to toot my own horn. It was just shit that was just flowing out of me. Yeah. And it was relatable. Okay. And those childhood traumas that carried with us into manhood. Yeah. We're all Hispanic, just to give you a background, just so you can be like, okay, it's a cultural thing. And not just a cultural thing. I think it's just overall, just some men.
Almost like where we grew up, too. Exactly. Like you all grew up together, so out of the same neighborhood, you kind of felt the same things, experienced the same things.
Exactly. So when I touched on the different subjects that I did with our fathers and just where we are now as men, I can say for most of them, they still hold on to resentment. Yeah. They hold on to machismo in some senses. Yeah. And for me, I can honestly say that since having my son, having my daughter, having my wife by my side, it's given me a whole brand new aspect. Yeah. Because the moment in which I moment I slip up and think that, let me resort to my old ways. Yeah. My wife is there to check me. Yeah. It's like, you don't have to be like that no more. Yeah. Like you can talk to me. Right. And just talking alone, dog. Yeah. Does miracles for the mind. Yeah. You feel incarcerated. You feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders.
When you keep stuff inside.
Exactly. You feel like your chest is caving in. Yeah. Like you can't breathe. Right. Every which moment, everywhere you look, you're suffocated by this. Yeah. And you're a prisoner of your own mind. Right. And it's unfortunate that so many of us have had to go through it. Yeah. But it's also a fortunate event that has happened to us, or events that have happened to us that led us to this point. Yeah. For some of us, not all of us. Right. Because most still think the same. Yeah. And for my son, it's crazy because now it's a normal thing for him to say, for him to hear me say, I love you. Right. Whereas with my father, most of us, we probably can count on our hands how many times we've heard it. Yeah. So with that said, he's completely exposed to a whole new world, a world that I never saw. So it's beautiful, man. And I commend you and I respect you and I hold you in high regard for even saying that, because when you say that, I now hold you responsible for that.
Right.
So if ever I'm not, calling you out, but in a sense I am. I'm holding you accountable for what you just said.
Right.
Because it means a lot to me because I have a son.
Right.
And I've been in a position to where I've kind of somewhat been a father figure to others that,
even if you're same age. I feel like I found myself in that same position.
No, I swear to you, a really good friend of mine even told me that.
Yeah.
He's like, man, you like a father to me.
Yeah.
And when he said that, I was like, that shit took me so back.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, all I'm doing is trying to replicate what I didn't have.
Right.
And with that said, it means so much to people, and it kind of gets me into another point that I wanted to speak on, which was having the decency to ask your fellow man, is everything okay?
Yeah.
But actually taking the time to either, as
dig
a last
deep.
Resort, as a last resort, phone call.
Okay.
First resort, meeting them in person.
Right.
The reason I say that is because when I talk to you personally now, and I ask you, is everything okay?
Yeah.
I don't know you entirely too. I don't know you for 10 plus years.
Right.
But I can most certainly tell if you're bullshitting me.
Yeah.
Only because micro expressions that you make with your face.
You're really good at reading body language.
Exactly. Not everybody is.
Yeah.
But again, it doesn't have to be rocket science.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. If you get in front of a person and you do it more and more, you'll start to realize, okay, this person did this and they were lying. So it's just the decency, bro.
No. I agree. I'm just going to say on my perspective, from me consulting people, the issue is most people are non-confrontational. So they don't even want to be in this position where we're face-to-face and where someone can be read. Mm-hmm. And that's where the world of social media, where they'll text you, whatever, say, hey, you good? And then you say, yeah, I'm fine. And then like, all right, on to the next one. It's the same thing when I think about Instagram or like Facebook. All you do is scroll through your feed and like, okay, this person's doing that person that. They're doing good. But they don't realize the person behind the screen may not be good at that certain point in time.
Most of them are not.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Right.
And it's a contradiction. Because those that preach that they want more vulnerability are the ones that are not giving it.
Facts.
So it's like, how do you expect for me to be when you're shutting me off when I'm asking you a simple question because I fucking care?
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. You'll be so fucking surprised how many people are going through something.
Yeah.
Most times somebody's always going through something, whether it be financial issues.
Right.
The list goes on.
Right. But
you ask that one question, I guarantee you, that person, if you know that person, you're going to be able to pick up on some shit, even if they're lying. But you're going to be able to ask those questions, those uncomfortable questions.
Yeah.
Or if not, you can just be like me, be fucking blunt and just be like, you're bullshitting me.
Right.
Like, I know you are.
Yeah.
And if not, I had a recent experience where, and not to get all religious on you or, but I believe in God.
Uh-huh.
And I had a spiritual experience where, for me, I was talking to somebody, and I promise you, I had no intention on ever even asking them this or speaking on this subject, but I did, and it came out of nowhere.
Uh-huh.
And for me, I was saying that I was like, that's the Spirit speaking through me.
Okay. I
was like, it's not me talking. I was like, this is all Him. I give all grace to Him because of the, what is it called when you have like an epiphany?
Yeah.
And it just came in that moment, and I just asked. And I swear to you, everything before that moment was brushed off. Like a,
What you asked?
Everything I was asking as far as like, you good? Or if not, like I was explaining myself like, well, the reason I think such and such, or the reason, I wanted to talk to you is because of experience that I've seen you display and so on and so forth. That's like the shit that I was talking on.
But then he shut you off as soon as you started talking like that.
Those are kind of telltale signs those are telltale signs of somebody, for me at least, that's brushing you off. Is
one word responses?
No, but like just back to back, like
okay,
like they don't let you get much out.
Yeah,
I've known two people. I know one in particular that does it a lot.
They don't want you to dig deeper into whatever the issue is. Okay.
Exactly. So for me, it's like, I know what you're doing.